Hi DIY doers, I'm Belle and welcome to my workshop. In today's video I'm going to unbox the LOKLiK Impress Mini 3 and test it out. Now if you have the HTVRONT Mini 3, these are pretty much the same machines. Okay, so let's get unboxing. It's got directions and things on the box, how it works. I got the teal, I think. So this machine comes in a variety of colours, 3 to be exact. You have lavender purple, bubble blue, and pastel pink. So we have our little user manual. Got instructions. Looks like it's easy to read. And there's a couple different languages. Then we have our little note from LOKLiK. So we'll go ahead and open this. Oh, and that's all that's in there. Just telling you about LOKLiK's brand. Now, for those that don't know, LOKLiK and HTVRONT are sister companies, so their products are, relatively speaking, the same. We then have a really nice storage bag, I guess, for our new heat press. It's very, very well made, and there's a drawstring. So that'll keep it nice when it's not in use. Then we have the heat press itself. It's not that heavy at all, like a normal iron would be heavier than it. And then we have the base. Okay, so looking at the base, it does feel like a silicone base. It's pretty sturdy, and I like that there's breathing holes, so it does actually allow the heat press to cool down while it's sitting in here, like you've got it turned off or something. So that's cool. Okay, so let's get this heat press out. It's very cute looking, actually. It's very cute. So HTVRONT did make a smaller version of a mini heat press. It was really tiny, but it was still bigger than the Cricut mini press. So, but I just didn't think it was worth it being so tiny. And this one actually has a bigger heat plate than both of those mini heat presses. So the widest part on this base is around about 7.6 centimeters wide, and then from the top to this groove here on the base is 9 centimeters. Now LOKLiK and HTVRONT's claim to fame for this heat press is this curved part at the bottom here. Apparently this allows you to do curved projects like tumblers or mugs, or even, you know, hats, shoes, that sort of thing. I will be testing this out in another video. One thing to keep in mind though when you are pressing is that if you're pressing something flat, anything here will not get heat. So it does cut like a chunk of the heat press away. So when you're pressing, like the groove starts there, and you might think you've still got all this room at the back of the heat press, but you don't. So that's one thing that you might have to take into account when you're pressing your materials. And that fits nice and snug in there. Nice little cradle. And with this as well, not only is it a cradle, but you can actually put your blank in there while you're heating it up. It's like a holder for your bottle, which is kind of cool. And then when you're done, I guess you just take the blank out and then put that back on there. Or you could put it on another heat mat somewhere. All right, so let's get and it's got a pretty decent cord. You would still want a power supply quite close. So I will plug this in. Okay, so it beeped when I plugged it in. Possibly to let me know that I had power. Go straighten out this cord a little bit. Okay, so now we have the on button. Now I don't know if you can see it in my studio lights, but it is flashing white. That means it does have power, but it's not turned on. So if we hold down or press the on button, it starts flashing with the temperature to set. Now I didn't set anything, so I went to the default to 100. Now it is on degrees already, which is nice. A lot of heat presses and things start off with Fahrenheit, but I think because I bought this from the HTVRONT Australian website, it came with degrees set already. So we're just going to press this cog wheel. This is like the settings. So if you press it once, you can go to temperature. So the temperature range is 100 degrees to 200 degrees. So that's pretty decent for a little thing like this. Some of my sublimation does take 210, so you might just have to hold it down for longer, like increase your time, because you won't get that 210 degrees. So I'm going to set it for our first project, which is 160, I believe. Now, if you did want to change the degrees to Fahrenheit or vice versa, you can hold down the settings and then it changes to Fahrenheit. And you can do that again, hold down the settings, and it changes back to degrees. So I've got it set at 160. If we press it again, we've got 20 seconds. Okay, so I've set it for 15 seconds. Now the increments for the temperature and the time go up in 5s or go down in 5s. And once it's set to temperature, it does beep and this cogwheel goes green to let you know it's at temperature. Now there is a automatic 15-minute shut off. So if you haven't used it, it will shut off after 15 minutes. And also if you turn it off and then we turn it back on, it's got a memory mode. So the last temperature that you had it set at, it will set it to, for our case, 160. And the numbers are quite big on that little screen there, so that's good. So I did look on the website and the timer does go all the way up to 999 seconds. So if you're pressing for that long, I don't know, there's something wrong. All right, so now it's been on for a little while and my desk doesn't feel hot at all. Sorry, we'll just move that out of the way for a minute. Okay, so I've got my first project. I just have to weed it out. Now this is just HTVRONT HTV. I cut it on my LOKLiK crafter actually. So I just uploaded my design in Idea Studio and then sent it to my crafter. So some of the use cases, like sometimes I don't want to heat up my big heat press for something small, and I might use this more for my sewing projects as well. So if I need to iron something out, I could just use this instead of heating up my big heat presses. Because in the summer, it gets really hot in my craft room. All right, and just making sure that you've got all the little bits out of your design. I think that looks good. Now I'm just going to move all these extra bits. Because we don't want that on our design. So this is just going to go on here like this. Looks pretty good. Okay, so I've just got a heat mat. We can place that on top. Now, one thing with zipper pouches, they do sometimes are a little bit hard on the bigger heat presses, because you have to put this zipper pouch and stick it out. So with using this, I can just iron this part and not even worry about this or the seams as well. Sometimes you don't get a good adhesion because of the seams. They're really thick and your press doesn't press the design good enough. All right, so let's lint roll. Make sure we have all the lint off. And now I'm just going to preheat my fabric. And because this is canvas, I'm just going to preheat it for a little while. It does glide really, really smooth. It's nice. All right, that looks good. Now, I don't think you can have too many pencil cases in your craft room. I'm just going to cut some of this. Okay, and then we want it I think that's pretty much center. That looks good to me. Get our Teflon sheet. Now we just hold down the power button to start the timer. Now I will be testing this on sublimation as well. Now that's the timer, but like you do need to move it. All right, I think I've got it all there. Now it is a cool pill, so I'll just put it on my, actually I should put it on my craft mat. All right, and it cooled down nicely. It was hot, so let's see. Now I always peel at an angle. That stuck really well. Really nice. I'm just going to press it for another, probably I'll go over it again for another 15 seconds. And that looks really good. Now I can see the fibers. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but I can see the fibers in the HTV there from the canvas pencil case. So that worked out really well. Okay, so for our next couple projects, we're just gonna change the temp to 150 and the seconds is 15. So we'll let that cool down. And it's already cooled down and ready to go. And I'll just weed these designs really quickly. Okay. So that's my design. That's a little monogram for my daughter. And we're going to do this little notebook for her. I just sprayed it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. It's been in my craft room for a little while. Okay, and I want my design to go here in the middle. Okay, I'm just gonna have this open. And I might just put that there just so it stays open. And to protect our book cover, I'm just going to put the Teflon sheet on and just preheat that. It doesn't need a lot at all. That's already scorching hot. Okay, so we'll just line this up again. That looks good. All right, and we'll hold down the power button and we're good to go. Now I'm putting a little bit of pressure, not much at all. And that was time. Now I do want to be careful with this. I don't want to burn the book cover. I'm pretty sure the book cover is just fox leather. I'm just going to bring this over to my craft mat. I think that's cooled down. It looks good. And we'll start peeling. Now the instructions say just to press it one more time, but that transferred really, really well. So I might just press it for a couple seconds. I think that's all it needs. And that is her little notebook. It looks really, really good. Okay, so our last project that we're doing is a little game case. I don't know if you guys seen my other channels, but I am a gamer. I do have a gaming channel, and if you guys are into gaming, you would probably know that the Switch 2 is about to release. So I made a little cover or label for my new Switch 2 game case. Now I can just store all my games, and I normally put my earbuds and stuff in there as well. So I made this design, I drew it. I've got a couple pieces. Now, if you do leave something on your design that you don't want and you press it, it's pretty much stuck onto your t-shirt or whatever you're doing. Alright, so that is my design. I'm really happy with it. Looks really cute. And it is going on this blank. So this is a blank from Only the Sweet Stuff. If you don't know about them, they're an Australian online blank store. So you can get a whole heap of blanks to do all your crafts and things on. So this is now it might be, this is pretty bulky actually, might be an idea. I've got a couple of these. Alright, I think that's a little bit better. It's just because there is so many seams and little pockets and things in there. I'll show you after, but yeah, it wasn't going to lay flat. Now, because this is fox leather again, I'm just going to give it a spray with rubbing alcohol again. Do I want it that side or that side? I think I want it this side. I might cut out another one of these designs. And put it on the other side. I think I made my design just a little bit too big. All right. We shall see how this works. Now it is curvy, so we might be able to use that curvy part. So we'll set the time. I do not know how well that did. Oh, it looks okay. Now I did put a fair amount of pressure. Now there's no way I could have done something like this in a normal, or my big heat presses. It just wouldn't have worked. One, because it wouldn't have fit to begin with. I might just press one more time. Not for very long at all, because that adhered really, really well. I'm really impressed with this little and done. That looks really cute. I'm so happy with that. And yeah, there's like a whole heap of little pockets and things in here to put things. But that's really cute. I like how that turned out. So I'm really impressed with this little mini heat press. It's really good. And if you're only just using an iron, I think this is better. It worked really, really, really great for all our projects, and they all look so, so cute. I know my daughter's gonna love her new notebook, and I can't wait to get my Switch 2 now. And I'll be doing an unboxing of the Switch 2 when it comes on my gaming channel. And then we've got our pens and stuff, pencil case. In a video coming up, I will test this for sublimation, and also I'm going to test it for the curve feature. We used it a little bit today. It did okay. I just found that I wasn't getting enough pressure with it, and I don't know if that's because this wasn't solid, like with a water bottle. You know, that's solid and you can press and have that curve. But it's lightweight. The cord is quite long, so that's good. And it's been sitting here the whole time, and my desk is, you know, like it's warm, but I'm not burning myself with, and it was sitting on this the whole time. And it actually has cooled down very quickly. So that's another feature. And it heated up very quickly. Like, I didn't even get started on my weeding for any of these projects, and it was already heated up super quick. So nice, quick, easy, small jobs. I highly recommend this. Really great. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be doing more testing with this machine later. I've been really happy with it today. It's great just to get in, get crafting, and you're done. So it's very quick and easy, really easy to use as well. Nice big display for the numbers, and also big display for the buttons. Well, I hope you enjoyed crafting with me today. You guys have a craftastic day, and I will catch you in the next one.